Welcome to the wellness era.
Celtic salt makes it so your body absorbs it, you will pee less.
Throughout the day, each time you have a glass of water, take 1 grain of salt and put it on there.
Your skin will be glowing. Anti-inflammatory properties, can help with bloating, digestion, lowering blood sugar, like the list goes on. This stuff is like gold.
I love gold.
Hello everybody, my name is Robyn. A few weeks ago, I made a video about AI Slop, that uncanny corner of the internet where art gets a little weird and broken and brilliant. And somehow some more slop ended up on my table. And it's about a wellness trend. Should I pause for effect or no? It's about Celtic sea salt. I don't know if you guys heard it. Celtic sea salt is everywhere on TikTok right now. And I knew I had to try it when my hairstylist brought it up. And I was like, bro, she is really riding hard for some Celtic sea salt. And then when I ended up going to Erewhon, I found some and I just grabbed some because why not? So it's everywhere for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's everywhere for me. I knew that I needed to try it for at least 3 days to see if there's anything new. I guess people say it gives you better hydration, more energy, and it's just a little bit better than table salt. So I thought, you know what? Let's try to look at some slop again. This time it's salt and a TikTok trend. But let me give you guys a rundown on what to do. So you take this little salt, right? You open the salt and you put some salt on your tongue. This is how the salt looks.
Gold.
This is it. It's a little bit more gray. It's clumpy. It's a lot more flavorful. And you just put some on your tongue. Ew! I don't know if you can see it.
Child. Anyways.
Yeah, but you put some on your tongue. You let it dissolve. And then you take your water. And just wash it down. And there you go. You're supposed to feel hydrated all day. Whenever you're feeling low, you do it again. So that's why I decided to try it for 3 days. First day, I felt nothing. I went to the gym, came back home. I carried on about my day. Nothing changed. Nothing. I didn't feel more hydrated. I didn't feel like I peed more. I didn't feel like I retained a lot more water. I just felt regular. On the second day, did it give me more energy like I said it was? Not really. I did the same amount of work I do at the gym. I did my job, went home, felt nothing, slept like a baby. I don't know if that helped, I guess, because of magnesium. Yeah, nothing changed. So by day 3, I was like, okay, I'm honestly feeling the same. Still went to the gym. There was no miracles. There was no glowing aura. Like my skin wasn't glowing. But I do have to admit that it did make me want to drink more water, and probably be because I was eating a lot of salt and I was just thirsty. There was no effect for me. No placebo, no actual effect. I don't know. Maybe I need to do it longer. But I do already take my vitamins. So maybe I'll stop taking my vitamins next time if I want to do this again. But I feel like I really don't want to because I feel like it's useless to me. Yeah, maybe I should have did it differently. But I wasn't expecting any miracle. But I wanted to know if the hype was real. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized I needed to find out more information about this. So I researched it. Celtic sea salt, also known as sel gris, is hand harvested from a coastal salt flat in Brittany, France. It is sun-dried, unrefined, and slightly damp to the touch. So it also contains trace materials like magnesium, calcium, potassium that are stripped from regular table sea salt when it's refined. So it sounds fancy, it definitely looks different, but here's the catch. To get meaningful amounts of those materials, you will have to eat tablespoons of salt, which could send your sodium levels into the stratosphere. Okay, there's easier ways to get it, guys. I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. Breaking down the chart, it does have slightly less sodium than table salt. It does have magnesium. It's just 4 to 7 mgs. That is a trace amount. There is no major supplement source. Potassium, very small amount of potassium. Calcium is a trace level, so 5 to 10 mg. And then others, so it does have zinc, iron, manganese, but they are very trace and it's naturally occurring in the mineral. And it's just a variable amount. But there's nothing really like too crazy. Like everything is pretty much trace is so small and minuscule that I don't think that it will be efficient to you unless you do want to raise your sodium. So that means you can't eat sodium throughout the day, so because you probably are about to hit your daily limit anyway. So comparison, it is lower in sodium content compared to regular sea salt, magnesium, trace amounts, other minerals naturally occurring. Usually those minerals are stripped out during refining for regular table salt. And the taste is definitely different. It is a little bit more earthy, more briny, more complex. Once I was done doing the 3 days, I straight up just used it for all of my steaks and seasonings because I was like, hey, it does the same thing. I might as well just eat it. So I guess, I don't know, do I look better? It's definitely more expensive than regular table salt. Just get the table salt, guys. Just get the table salt. It's okay. So yes, it is less processed. It has a more complex taste, but it is not a secret hydration hack. So it really is just salt, but it has better PR. I will be a PR for regular table salt. It's good, guys. That's all I'll say.
And there's your table salt. Table salt is a dangerous salt, because we now have two very harsh minerals that if you were to inject both of those into the blood, you would die.
The person who kept saying it the most, I had to look into her. She was a character, to say the least. Her name just kept popping up. Barbara O'Neill, Barbara O'Neill, Barbara O'Neill. And I was just like, okay, who's Barbara O'Neill? You got me. So let's talk about her. She is the biggest spokesperson for Celtic sea salt that I've ever seen. She claims it hydrates you because of magnesium, and magnesium is a water-hungry molecule. Play close attention to that one. So technically, she is right. Magnesium ions attract water in the body, meaning they tightly bind together to retain water molecules within the body, especially inside cells. But by calling magnesium water hungry, like it's a dehydrated molecule, that's not really a scientific term. It's more of a vibe. And it's being used to oversell something that is only helpful if you're magnesium deficient. So hydration doesn't work like just add salt and boom, it's great. It really is like a full body balancing act. You have water, electrolytes, kidney function, cell regulation. It's chemistry. It's not magic. It's not just one thing that's doing it. It's not just the magnesium. When she calls it water hungry, she implies that it's just the end all be all to hydration. It's misleading, and it's telling you to buy a product you don't actually need. It reminds me of AI. Once again, someone is stealing from us, and instead of it being our attention, it's our money. So while it's not a dangerous trend, it's also not a cure-all. So I looked even deeper into Barbara O'Neill just to see what her stake was in Celtic sea salt. She's definitely the unofficial queen of Celtic sea salt on TikTok and on the internet. She is the biggest spokesperson. And yeah, is it Celtic or Celtic? I'm gonna say Celtic because Celtic. I mean, if it is French, it'll probably be Celtic, right? Isn't that how linguistics work? No, if I'm saying it wrong, I don't care. What I found, she's literally banned from practicing health services in Australia. She has no medical license, no formal training, and she claims things like cancer is caused by fungus and can be treated with baking soda. So let's just see if there's any more connection. I looked into her to see if there's any connection financially, just to see where the money reside. Please take me where the money reside. So I checked any official link between Barbara O'Neill and Selena Delengray, the CEO of Celtic Sea Salt. There is no record or public statements showing any collaboration, endorsement deals, or partnership with her and Barbara. So 1 point Barbara, 0 point Robyn, huh? But Barbara O'Neill does cite a book called The Calcium Lie by Dr. Robert Thompson, another wellness figure who believes unrefined salt can solve all of your problems. She uses his claims to promote Celtic sea salt as some mineral-rich holy water.
I got this information from a few sources, and one of the sources is Dr. Robert Thompson, who wrote the book The Calcium Lie, and he believes the clearest indicator of a creator God is seawater, because seawater has 92 minerals, the exact same mineral and proportion and balance as is found in the body, and the closest to seawater is Celtic salt. Celtic salt has 82 minerals, and Dr. Robert Thompson says if you put a little crystal of of Celtic salt on your tongue before every glass of water. He says all you're doing is replacing the minerals you lost yesterday in your urine, in your perspiration, in your bowel movements.
That's kind of where she got it from. That's the book she often quotes. And if I probably look deeper into it, I'll probably find a bunch of stuff about Robert Thompson, but I don't really feel like it. I don't want to go too deep into pseudosciences that I don't really care about. I just care about this one. I guess I just care about this one because it's like a lot of people keep telling me to do it and drink it, and I just wanted to prove them wrong, I guess. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just problematic. Am I problematic? Maybe not. Anyway, I don't know what this is turning into. So while they're not connected, they do form this ecosystem of vibe-based wellness science where everyone just agrees salt is the new cure to all problems, and nobody cites any peer review research, and I couldn't find any either. So enough about Barbara. I don't care about her anymore. We're moving on. I couldn't find anything about her. I wouldn't listen to her personally. I don't listen to people who I can't know who don't have any formal training. I'm sorry. I'm not going to listen to a doctor off the street if he's crazy. That's all I got to say. Everybody has a soapbox. You don't even have to listen to me. But I'm not going to listen to Barbara. And that's a choice that I made for myself.
We're now drinking salt water, and we're to drink pure water. And because magnesium is a water-hungry molecule, that's why it pulls the water inside the cell. So if you put it in the water, it'll just dissolve in the water. You won't get this same effect. So I have a tiny little container that I have in my pocket or in my little bag, so it makes it easy.
I just take a little pinch of this, let it melt, just like Barbara said.
I feel like it's been at least a week. It's probably been a week, if not almost a week. Anyway, it's been awesome. Like, I can really tell a difference in my energy levels. I wake up, put a couple salt crystals, drink some water, and like my workouts, I feel are so much more powerful. Like, I have the energy to actually get through them, and I feel like I'm not peeing constantly throughout the day. Like, I'm still peeing, don't get me wrong, but like, it's not like crazy.
Dr. Sessa, what are the 3 health benefits of Celtic sea salt?
Hydration, detoxification, and electrolyte balance.
So, Celtic salt update. Do not do what I did in the video where I took a pinch, put it down, the old hatch. Not unless you want to crap your pants or have a major colon cleanse, okay? Don't be like me.
You are wasting your time and your money if you're using Celtic sea salt because you think you're getting a bunch of minerals from it.
The biggest scam about Celtic sea salt. This is just outrageous. I mean, how can you explain that they're selling a quarter pound of Celtic salt for 30 Canadian dollars on Amazon? Just because of a brand.
Here's the bigger issue. TikTok wellness is driven by aesthetics over accuracy, clicks over peer reviews, vibes over science. And while that's great and all, it reminds me of when people believe bad bacteria just came from bad vibes. All I have to say is if it looks cute, it sounds holistic and fits into a 60-second loop, it spreads. But if you do want a bigger variety of magnesium and potassium in larger amounts, be like Kawa.
Just a cramp?
Yeah, just crap.
So you told me what can you eat to help you make you feel better?
Bananas.
Yeah. Why bananas?
Monkeys never craps. You know, monkey never crap. Because a monkey every day bananas. 2.
So how many did you have today?
3.
Yeah, and besides, bananas have way more, whatever. Anyway. TikTok has become a search engine, and not because it's accurate, but because it's personal opinion. If it looks good, sounds gentle, and comes from a person that you trust, why wouldn't you believe them? And they go viral, and not because they're backed by science, but because they give people control in the world that is increasingly chaotic and antagonistic and hard. But here's the problem. Wellness trends often flatten science down into catchy sound bites.
Want to lose weight? Drink apple cider vinegar every morning.
You don't feel well, make all of your food from scratch, starting from the cow. And the list goes on and on. Is there some truth there? Maybe. But you're getting the trailer, not the full movie. There's just so much conflicting evidence and so many things to compare that it can get confusing. So you're probably like, Robyn, who do I trust? You want better hydration? better energy, better anything, you start here. You trust people who actually study this stuff for a living, who actually have accreditations and licenses. Don't trust somebody off the street. Anybody can get on a soapbox and tell you crazy things, but you have to start by checking your sources. Check the Mayo Clinic, check Healthline, check Cleveland Clinic. And if you're feeling really brave, crack open PubMed and look at what's been peer reviewed. Look at what's been verified, but conflicting evidence. And listen, I know reading science articles sounds boring and intimidating, and there's like a lot of big words and it's just very lengthy, and honestly, I get it. But take the time, take just 3 minutes, read the summary. Take 3 minutes a day to read something real. Compare and contrast sources. Build your own informed opinions. You don't have to do a full essay with citations and all this other crap, but just read something conflicting and get outside of your bubble. That's important, guys. Misinformation is so huge right now that you have to start digging for yourself, or else you will get buried. I'll drop a few links in the description below so you can start digging for yourself. Knowledge isn't just power, it's protection, especially in the world where anyone can be a big influence. But if you feel like, Robyn, I don't have time for that, just look for quick red flags then. If you're watching a video and they don't cite their sources, they say do this without explaining why, they use phrases like your doctor won't tell you this, they don't want you to know this, and their entire argument can fit into 60 seconds and sounds a little bit too good to be true, then they're probably trying to sell you something in the next slide. The only reason I'm saying this is because I've had a lot of conflicting research lately about just how to improve my health, and I don't think that buying salt or shoveling into my mouth is gonna be the end all be all to like my health. So I have to really take the initiative and find credible sources for myself, especially like if I do want to be healthy and have longevity in life. So salt isn't the problem. Trying Celtic salt wasn't a failure. It was just a reminder to stay curious and cautious and a little skeptical. Salt is definitely salt. So sometimes it tastes better, sometimes it makes your food taste better, whatever. Sometimes it's marketed better. But when it comes to hydration and health, lead with science and not with a TikTok influencer who has no accreditations to anything. There's a lot of good nutritionalists that you can follow too. I'll link them down below as well. That's all I have for today. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried any TikTok trends and if they work for you. Like and subscribe for more content like this. But once again, take everything I said with a grain of salt. Do you get it? Do you guys get the joke? I said take it with a grain of salt. Do you get it? I said take it with a grain of salt. Do you get it?